Welcome back to another episode of the Cascade Mountaineers Dynasty. Got another bye week edition for you this week. We took down the Arizona Wildcats pretty handedly in the last game, so should be a quick one here. We're going to do a little bit of recruiting. We'll try and get it done in about 15 minutes. Hopefully under 15. So Torrey Bates, he's coming in next week for the visit. He's 85% locked to Tennessee right now, which would be a huge L. He looks like he's a stud running back, so hopefully we don't miss out on him. Go ahead and make sure that's next week. Yeah, okay, that's next week. So he could very well be committed to Tennessee before he even comes on a visit to Cascade, but we've pulled bigger recruiting coups than that. Sharping, he is we're leading on him. Have a chance to seal up his commitment the same week. It doesn't look like Colorado State's putting any points into him, so hopefully we can seal that deal. Same thing for Massambuco. Are they both from Colorado? No. Okay. Free safety prospect. We're pretty much the only one recruiting him. I guess Utah's got an offer on him, but doesn't look like they're putting any points on him. This Mukes also battling it out with Utah against Utah for his services. We're going to need to jump ahead next week. Looks like we're falling behind a little bit each week on him. Bellinger, we're leading fairly easily. Ladarius Baldwin, we're trailing, but he is ready for a visit, so let's go ahead and bring him in next week. Let's see how many we got. One more ready for a visit. Roberson, he's my I think I got him at. Yeah, I have him listed as a linebacker. Doesn't look like he lists himself as a linebacker. Oh, he does. Okay, there you go. Wilfred Carlson, scrambler from California, who's going to be our backup option if Vaughn doesn't commit, and Vaughn did not commit. He committed already to someone else, so I already booted him from the board. He's not interested in coming here. We just recently reopened our chances on him last week, unlocking again. We were originally locked out because of our play style. Managed to get back into an A+ on play style with Watson's big game on the ground, but it's not doing us any help right now. Got to up that campus lifestyle. Watson, let's see. I think I have him at wide receiver. I do. So doing all right with him. Roberson, we already saw him. Strickland, the wide receiver. No one's really recruiting him, so I think that, yeah, we should be fine. I hadn't been recruiting him. Now we're back to recruiting him. And then the fullback, Warren Anu, I just put 450 on him. We should start seeing this go up again now that we're actually recruiting him. He looks decent for a fullback. I think I said tight end, but he's a fullback. He looks like he could be decent. I like that B trucking. Lay some pretty big. I don't want to say hits because the fullback, but you know, he could do some damage on the ground. One commitment so far. Ryan Keaton from Hawaii, offensive lineman, 6'5". He's projected as a tackle. Pass block B, run block C, impact blocking B. So definitely a pass blocker. Might put him in at left tackle. We'll see. But it's always nice to get a nice blindside blocker in for you. Around the country, we're sitting at 4-1. Reminder. So quickly go through all the top 25 there. Conference standings. I like to give you guys a look at what's happening in each conference. ACC, Miami is leading. Boston College, Florida State, North Carolina. North Carolina is kind of trying to put together a dynasty in this one, so looks like that's going well for them. Rice is leading the American. Their first season as an American Conference team here after I did all the realigning. Florida Atlantic ranked as the lone ranked team in the American Conference. In the Big 12, Kansas State is leading Cincinnati also in their first season. they're putting together a nice little record so far. Down at the bottom, Baylor. Yikes. Big Ten, new look Big Ten. Maryland, surprise team at the top. Ohio State, Michigan State, and Indiana undefeated in the Big Ten. Worst team, Purdue. So we'll see how that all shakes out next season when we put in USC, UCLA. Conference USA, they're basically a nothing conference at this point. Over in the MAC, looks like they're still just a top 25 list conference. I feel like they haven't had a top 25 team any year of this dynasty. Unfortunate for them. Mountain West, our future conference, after realignment happens. No one ranked, no one undefeated. USC, UCLA at the top of the Pac-12 in their final season in the conference, both ranked as well. So those are big losses for that conference, even virtually, like not even just in real life. Oregon State down at the bottom there. The SEC with Texas and Oklahoma. Oklahoma's at 3rd, Texas down at 9th, but all with the exception of Mississippi State, South Carolina, and Missouri, all with a winning record. Arkansas State 4-0, no ranked teams in the Sun Belt. Heisman watch. Well, Watson's played his way onto the list. I don't think he's going to stay on the list, but he's played his way on the list. Already up to 7 interceptions. Touchdown interception ratio hovering around basically the same it's been his entire career. Yards per game, not even the highest it's been in his career. So, but completion percentage 71.6. That's pretty good, pretty elite. Sacked 8 times. What's he doing on the ground? Let's see his production on the ground. Putting up more yards per rush and more yards per game. Already got 7 touchdowns, which ties his freshman season. And he's got the longest run of his career. So, he's doing alright. Limiting fumbles at the moment. Only 1 reception for 50 yards. How did that happen? Freshman year, he didn't even score a touchdown on it. At the top, Sam Adams the second. Kendall Milton. So Watson, the lone quarterback, representing on the Heisman list. And then stats, Watson's 3rd in passing yards behind Hudson Card, Chuba Purdy, Kristen Stone. Rushing yards, Chandler 2nd. Receiving yards, no one on the list. Tackles, we're all over the list. Sacks, Victor Johnson sitting in 5th with 5.0. MacArthur Kafu is sitting at 29th with 2 interceptions on the season. And kicking wise, let's see where Gibbs comes in. 69th, nice, with a 39-yard field goal in his freshman season as our punter, kicker, everything with a leg, I guess. So that is how we are looking at week 6. Be sure to tune in next week when we take on. Let's see who do we play. Let's check that out. Let's check out the season ahead for us before we let you go. The top team in the independent conference. All right, so 2 teams with a winning record as it stands right now. Lost to the only team with a winning record that we've played so far. Good stuff. Good stuff. And I guess Weber State. They'd probably have a winning record when we played them, but an FCS school, so basically playing a sub 500 team in the FBS, if you will. Thank you for watching this bye-week edition of the Cascade Mountaineers Dynasty. We'll be back next week with more Mountaineers.